James P. Thomas, and in the Navy I was a first-class petty officer, radarman originally, they became operating specialist, and then in the Air Force I retired as a major. And then I was on Lieutenant Schuckner's crew. We had the 73 boat. It was basically, we were there for a few months and then Schuckner went home. And then basically a couple of guys I was on the 73 boat, we went on we formed the 43 boat. And that's when we got Bob Elder. And we took over the 43 boat after it had been down, it had come down from up north, and it sat there for about 2 weeks and got full of cockroaches when it's not being used with things like, we had to use about 5 cockroach bombs to clean it up and got it working. And he was the best skipper I think we had. The guys will say that. He looked out for us. He was level-headed. He did the job. If we had to get into harm's way, we'd do it. But he wasn't stupid, and he did a good job for us. And my crew was Larry Hensley, Howard Hensley, Larry Gilbertson, Phil Salter, Anderson, and myself, out of Antoy. And the 43 boat, we were the ones that turned it over to Don Jove's crew, who had the boat sunk on April 12, 1969. But we operated out of Antoy, and we do forward operating bases up in Hatien, and we deployed to Hatien for like 2 weeks at a time and live on the boat. And we were really taking the war into the rivers and canals by that time. And we went on the first Sea Lord operations. I was on Sea Lord #1, and I don't know how high it went, but we were on the patrol that entered the South China Sea side and came out the Gulf of Thailand side. Went up the Bodie River, all through the canals and out we saw 11 VC flags that day. We were just talking about that earlier this evening. Bob and I this is his first reunion he'd been to. And we talked about that. During that one operation, we counted 11 VC flags. You didn't want to go touch those for souvenirs because they're booby trapped. They'd love to have you come over there and try to snatch a VC flag because you'd probably have all kinds of things tied to it that would go off and ruin your day. Yeah, so you stayed away from those. What we do is try to shoot at them, see if they go off or things like that. But you didn't go souvenir hunting. God, I remember like a lot of swift boat guys, I extended over there for 8 months. I went on swift boats from November '67 to August of '69. And when you extend over there, I extended over there for an early out. Well, I extended 8 months, and if you extend more than 6 months, you got 30 days free leave anywhere in the free world. Most people went back to the States, although some people went to Australia. And you got the plane ticket home. And also you got a second R&R. You got a chance to go to Hong Kong or Japan. And I went to, I was supposed to go home. My flight was supposed to leave the next day. And we got a situation where you're the only crew available. You know how that goes. And we were supposed to go down and basically hit a VC village in the upper northeast corner of Square Bay, which is definitely, Charlie country. And we were supposed to go down there, drop 21 rounds of mortar and strafe the place, go in, hit it hard, get the heck out of there. And my skipper is standing we're getting underway to do this, and my skipper is saying, look, Thomas is supposed to leave tomorrow, he's not going to be back in time. And finally, I said to him, look, we're going, don't worry about it, we'll figure out what happens. And, so we head down there, and sure enough, it's a full moon. You can see, you can read a newspaper under it, they can see us coming, they can hear us coming. But God was with us that night because we came in there and dropped 21 rounds of mortar, shot off the place and got the heck out of there. and we got out of there without unscathed. And we were supposed to go back to the Androscoggin, which was a WHEC off the coast, and spend the night and refuel. Well, the crew took a vote. It says, look, we got enough, we'll refuel at the Androscoggin, but we're not going to spend the night. We're going to see if we can get Thomas home to make his plane. And I was so wired up, I drove. Besides, on the radar, I can look at the chart and I know the fastest way home. And so they rested up. But we got to Antoi about 7 o'clock the next morning, and the bike boat was supposed to go over the airstrip about 7:30. And I had to pack my sea bags, get my orders, get my money. And I did all that. I didn't even shower. You know, I just got everything packed. And sure enough, there's the boat going off to the airstrip. I missed the boat. And the skipper comes up to me, Bob, Lieutenant Elder comes up to me and says, you missed the boat, huh? And I said, yes, sir. And he said, no, you didn't. Your boat's waiting for you on the other side. The crew stayed up and made sure I made the plane. That's the guys I